Hello, my name is Tom Aldis. I am the Director of Business Development and Product Evangelism for the Tech Communication Suite, RoboHelp, and FrameMaker. Today I want to show you a feature that I think is extremely powerful. If you've had the opportunity to use RoboHelp in the past, this is a new feature that we've added into RoboHelp 10. It's creating an Android application from your content that you can import, link, or even create in RoboHelp 10. So as you can see on my screen, I have RoboHelp 10 open right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up one of our sample projects. We have a new one in RoboHelp 10. It's called Global Site Consult. I'm going to open that up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can set it up so you can actually create an Android app on your own also. It really comes down to the setup, and the setup has to be only done once, and once that's done you can create as many Android apps for all of your content. This same procedure would be the way that you'd actually publish your content from FrameMaker using the Tech Communication Suite. So I'll show you how to set it up on RoboHelp, and then you can push it through FrameMaker if you choose to use that workflow. Very simple thing to do. So basically what we need to do is we need to create HTML5 content. So there's a template for creating HTML5. So if we take a look at Projects tab, you'll see different screen profiles. Now some of them come right out of the box. You can add new ones. What you see here is we have an Android Galaxy tab, Android phone, desktop, iPad, iPhone, Kindle Fire. We could right click and we can add new ones. New screen profile. If I wanted to, I could create a new screen profile, different size maybe of the window itself of whatever profiled multi-screen I wanted to define. Next thing I might want to do is I might want to click on screen layouts. Now we've defined all the different ones that we had the profiles for. So if you take a look and we wanted to go into something like an iPhone layout, I could see that we've made different windows. Like in this particular case it's home, the default window. So if I were to double click on that, you'll be able to see actually the layout. This is the layout. We have the contents, index, glossary. We can add icons, we can move it around, we can change color. We can just use the sample that's here, and this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use the sample that's laid out, but I did want to expose you to where the screen profiles are and the layouts. Next thing that we want to do is we want to just set it up so we'll able to have an Android app automatically generated. Now if you click on File, Generate, Native Mobile App, you'll have the Generate Native Mobile App dialog box that pops up. Now you can change the name of the application if you'd like. The package name itself also. Now this is what's going to show up when we actually build the application. We may choose to have icons, and that's the icons that will show up on our Android device that we can double click on. I actually just went over to the web and I looked for sample PNG files, downloaded one that I liked, and then I'm just connecting up to it. So I can just browse and then point to some type of icon that I'd be interested in using. This is the sample that I'm used. Now click on Setup, and here's the Setup tab. Now there's a few things that are required to be able to save our content in RoboHelp, and that could be something that we did a file import of a Word document or a frame document or HTML or XHTML or a PDF. Any content that I can bring into RoboHelp. I could even author it natively, create this XHTML content in the background. But on top of that, what we need to do is we need to download the PhoneGap Software Developers Kit, the Android Software Developers Kit. Make sure that we have JDK and also Apache Ant. And those are the things that we use to be able to set up our system. So I've done that already. Now let me show you how I did it. Now these are the locations that I've actually installed these in particular software developers kits. This is just my choice. It didn't have to be that way, but RoboHelp's going to need to know where I actually place these. So maybe you don't know where you can get the PhoneGap Software Developers Kit. If you click on Download, we will do that hard work for you. So now you're going to click here. You can click on download. When you go to download it, you'll download it, and what you want to do is you want to save it into a location. Now I saved it right on my C drive, and I told RoboHelp exactly where it was in the file system. So if we were to open up the file system browser, if I came here, you'll notice that I have a phone gap. Here's my subdirectory. So RoboHelp is just going to need to know that. So I just did a copy and I pasted in here. Same thing with the Android Software Developers Kit. We can click on download and I can download that, expand it, and in this case I put it right on the default, which is program files. Now I'm using Windows 7, so it's a 30-bit a 32-bit application, so it's going to download to program files x86. So that's where I've dropped mine. You can put it anywhere you want to. RoboHelp just needs to know where you put it. Next thing that I need to make sure that is that I have JDK. Now JDK, what I can do is I can download. Now this is the selection that I did. It's not the only one. I just clicked on download. Once I select download, I just have to pick what I have. So in my case, I have a 64-bit operating system, so I select this one right here. Now you don't have to. You could always, if you don't have a 64-bit, just select that one. Download it, install it. RoboHelp just needs to know where you installed it. This happens to be where I installed it. Same thing with Ant. Last thing that we need. What we're going to do is we're going to just come down here and we're going to download the Ant build. Here's the Ant build. I also just installed this on my C drive. RoboHelp just needs to know that. Now what I can do is I can decide where I want to actually place this application. So when we build this app, I'm going to drop it in to a folder that I'm going to create right now. I'm going to call it App 1. And I'm going to say OK. Now all I have to do is click Generate. RoboHelp will do the rest. So basically what's happening now is the project's being built. We're generating HTML5 screen aware content. So basically we have the query to find out what screen it is, and we can present to you the experience that you want to present for that particular screen. So if it's a small screen, you may choose to not display certain content. You might want to display in certain fonts. Maybe you want to have different types of button controls. That is totally configurable by you. I showed you in the project tab where you can make those changes. So that's what RoboHelp is doing right now. It's building that HTML5 content. That's the same content that could be dropped onto your website, and then you could have screen aware content straight on maybe your intranet or your website. But in this case we need to create this HTML5 content, and then what we do is we use those software developers kit, Adobe Phone Gap, Ant, all of the other things that we need, like the Android Software Developers Kit. That's all being used, and right now we're building this app, and we'll be able to find it on our file system as soon as this is complete, and it is almost complete. So it's kind of amazing how quickly this thing does generate applications. But right now we're building this application. Now we're given the total project, and you could actually bring it into your environment if you wanted to modify the application, or you could use what's generated directly by RoboHelp. You can copy the APK file to your Android device and it will work flawlessly. So now we've created this app. Let's go take a look. You'll see my App 1 subdirectory. We'll find the app in my bin folder. And if we were to take a look, you'll find that we have an APK right here. This is the file. Now what I can do is I can actually just put this on maybe a memory chip. I'll bring it over to my Android device and it will work flawlessly. I hope this was useful. Take care. Thanks a lot.